Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Dropkick the Commute.
Why don't we repeat that? I heard a little voice crack.
You didn't.
You are not perfect.
What do you mean? Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Dropkick the Commute where we have video.
Yeah, not driving this time.
Fuck you, audio listeners.
Assholes.
I'm dancing.
I feel like most of our listeners are just watchers.
That's true. You know, I think that this is very fitting because number one, this is episode 10, which is like, double digits,
That's a milestone,
big milestone episode. And we have a weekend packed with fucking wrestling, dude.
I was so excited to get out of work today.
Oh
I was
God.
I was texting you and I was like, God, I can't wait to fucking leave and my whole weekend is just gonna be wrestling.
I'm going to watch Apes wrestle today in Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. And then I get home, I edit this, I watch SmackDown, I watch King of the Queen of the Ring tomorrow, Double or Nothing on Sunday. Oh,
So I guess SmackDown is like happening right now as we're recording this in Saudi. And then they're airing it at 8 because I was seeing some clips.
The same thing that happened at Backlash.
Crawling out to the ring. He was like...
He was being a little creeper. Did he go feral again beforehand? Let's hop into it because we have a lot of stuff to cover. So this episode we're gonna kind of go over, the usual Monday Night Raw, NXT, Dynamite, and then tomorrow we're going to record right after King and Queen of the Ring, and Sunday we're going to record right after Double or Nothing. So it's going to be a packed weekend. I have some gripes with this week.
He's got some gripes, folks.
I got some gripes. We had 2 triple threat number 1 contender matches end in goofy ways.
Yeah, they both ended with 2 people winning.
Yeah.
Do you think that was... Nah, it couldn't have been intentional.
It couldn't have been intentional. Well, I don't think so, at least, because they wouldn't change the ending for Dynamite just because NXT did it. They wouldn't, like, the day of? I don't know. That seems goofy.
I think I knew all along it was going to be Shibata, Jericho, and Hook.
Yeah.
For that match, because they were a team.
Yeah.
And the other one, you just kind of knew the second they all started getting involved, oh, this is going to be a multi-person match. But then Ivar had to get surgery or something.
Yeah.
So he died.
So NXT ended in a double pinfall, which was very silly. And then Dynamite ended in a double submission, which was also very silly. So
yeah, I never understood. Like, I thought for a while, like, refs are usually like, no, only one of you can do it.
Yeah.
Like, I like how we just kind of decide on the fly when we're going to count it and when we're not going to count it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there's been so many times where it hasn't counted.
Yeah. Like if that was on like an episode of Raw or SmackDown, you'd have Vince come out and be like,
only one of you can win.
Only one of you can win.
And the other one is...
Starting with Raw on Monday, I thought it was just like, it was all right. It was an okay episode. I don't have too many notes about Raw, but
oh yeah, we didn't talk about Raw.
We didn't. Yeah.
We went a whole. I actually prefer. I prefer beginning of the week and end of the week.
I think I agree.
I think we might adopt. This
a Monday Friday recording.
We're still new to this, so
we are.
We're figuring it out as we go. But
yeah,
Raw was okay. It was an episode of Raw before a pay-per-view.
Yeah. So nothing crazy, but we are getting Perk Gable, Chad Gable, and he got You Suck chants from the crowd. It's like, and he's when they all started doing You Suck, he was like,
yeah,
a happy little kid, dude. He's like, holy shit, I got it. And he's looking all around and he's like
yeah, he's like the only other Olympic gold medalist that's actually like gotten significant TV time.
Yeah.
And I think it might be too soon, but I think they have to. I feel like Perk Gable got to win in Saudi.
I think so.
I feel like it's going to happen. And then you'll get some good stuff out of that with Alpha Academy, specifically Otis.
Yeah.
But it could go that way, or it could go they prevent him from winning, and then there's a program there. But I feel like babyface Otis has always been the best Otis. Even, and he's somehow has been in these like high emotion, high intensity feuds in the past as a babyface, and I think that could be cool. Have him challenge Perk Gable for the Intercontinental Championship, but also, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Sammy might pull one out, and he did this whole promo about like the heart, the soul, and the fucking feet or whatever. Like,
the fucking
so,
feet or whatever.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It'll be a good match. I love triple threats.
Yeah.
And as long as they end with one person winning.
They have to rip the Intercontinental title in half and give it to each person.
I can't stop thinking about when you were like Bronson Reed just is like, I want Intercontinental.
He's like, oh, I'm big and I'm here. That's true though. Like literally,
That's
just
really
appeared.
His only. Yeah, he's like, I'm here.
He's just appeared and he's
Intercontinental.
like,
hey. I
so
want Intercontinental.
Goofy.
I'm gonna win the Intercontinental Championship in Saudi Arabia.
There you go. You do it better. Do you have any other things of note from Raw? I don't think so.
I wrote stuff down, but like, Gunther wins.
Yeah.
Lyra Valkyria wins.
Yeah, that I wasn't expecting.
That was an interesting twist.
That was
good.
But
now, she's not winning. She's not winning the tournament.
No, I don't think so.
I think it's good. It's good to get her some exposure. But like, I was very, very surprised. I thought it was going to be Io Sky, kind of keep her relevant. But I don't know.
It is what it is. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, Raw was just very
it was Raw.
I forgot about it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we had NXT. My first note is the family is goofy. And I say this because their accent makes me chuckle every time. The little like New York newspaper boy.
Yeah.
And what's the girl's name in the family? Do you know? No?
I'm Googling. Adriana Rizzo. I knew that.
So Adriana Rizzo was talking to the NXT. She was talking to Axiom and the fuck's his name? Nathan Frazier. And she's like, hey, you wouldn't want to duck on some NXT superstars, would you? Like, it's like so goofy.
It's good. It's like a comedy bit. Yeah. Like, if you really think about it, WWE would never let a mafia into their into their doors.
But it's it's a good bit for sure. And I just love the newspaper boy accent. I think it's so silly.
Something I loved about that too, and you might know this, but Axiom was formerly known as A-Kid.
Okay.
That was his name in NXT UK. And they were like looking at the trophy and they were like, look at all these names. A-Kid, who would be stupid enough to like their wrestling name as A-Kid? Ha ha. They start laughing and Axiom just kind of like looks at them and then he's like, he like laughs with them. Like, nobody knows I'm A-Kid.
That's funny.
They gave him a tag title match randomly, I guess. I don't know. And it's like not even like they were threatening about it. Like, face us in a tag title match or we'll break your kneecaps.
Yeah.
It was just kind of like, we'll give you a title shot.
Axiom and Nathan Frazier end up winning. But what happened was people came out to interfere. Who were the first people?
No Quarter Catch Crew.
Okay.
The guy, Charlie Dempsey, who he beat last week for the Heritage Cup.
So No Quarter Catch Crew comes out, interferes. They end up winning. But then the OC comes out and beat up Axiom and Nathan Frazier and then hold up the titles. And they're like, weird.
Why are they here?
I don't know.
Why are they still wrestling, dude? Also, they talked so much shit on WWE when they got the boot, and then they did the Good Brothers and AEW.
Yeah.
And then they came back, didn't really do anything, and now they're on NXT.
They're just kind of all over the place.
I don't care. Like,
yeah.
And now I guess that's a match we're gonna see, and I really hope they don't win those championships because why would they need to?
Yeah.
I feel like those other two guys could just outrun them.
Right. They just run away.
Yeah, so I don't know.
So a couple weeks ago, you asked me who my favorite is. Wesley is becoming one of my favorites.
Oh, he's great.
I love him.
He's a great wrestler. He's like he's emotional with his promos and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's really cool stuff. Especially like seeing the story of like how he got to this point has been really cool. And I don't know who's gonna win that triple threat, but I feel like maybe it's him.
You think so?
Well, then you got like Joe Coffey, who just randomly is just inserted because he attacked Ivar. So I was just like, is this how this works? We just like give it to him?
Yeah.
He basically just got like they paved a path for him right to Battleground.
Yeah,
So,
right to getting it. Battleground is gonna be so good, dude.
Oh, and that's at the fucking UFC Apex.
Yeah, it's at the UFC Apex.
event.
We're gonna have some fucking banger matches. It's gonna be a really good one.
It seems that Gallus is really just like making their rounds and just kind of fucking with everyone. Like they fucked with oh god, who was it? Later in the show, was it with Trick Williams?
Yeah. Trick was
like,
doing a
beat
promo,
him
and then they came out.
And then Jay Von Evans came out, saved him, and it was like a whole mess. And
yeah,
Lash Legend's still like, he didn't do it. He didn't do it.
And they're like, why? You banging him?
Yeah, why didn't he do it?
Yeah. And she's like, you'll find out. You'll find out.
Why don't we find out right now?
Just tell us. Then he would stop getting the shit kicked out of him.
NXT wasn't bad. It was entertaining. The tag match at the end of the show was good. And then we had Lola Vice turn on Shayna Baszler.
Yep.
So now they're probably going to fight, which will probably be a good match.
Yeah, and that's going to be an NXT Underground match as well.
At the pay-per-view?
Yeah, that's what Shayna yelled into the mic beforehand. She said, Underground, not Battleground.
Yeah.
So
I know that. And, well, because Ava was like, yeah, you two will face at Battleground. And she said, no, Underground.
Yeah.
So, like, are you saying no to the match stipulation, or are you saying, like, no to us facing off? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into it.
I don't know. I think it's going to be an Underground match at Battleground, which would make sense because UFC, it's like not really real fighting, but it's meant to look like it.
Underground. We'll call it Under Battle.
Battle.
Battle. We'll call it Under.
The Battle Down Under.
The Battle Down Under.
Briggs is scary. You wrote that note.
I wrote that. Dude, he's so big.
He is a very large man.
I'm surprised he was the one getting pinned.
Dude, he came out and he was like...
Yeah, scary guy.
Yeah.
He's from Boston, I'm pretty sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Boston
Briggs,
Briggs,
he was one of those wrestlers. That's what they call him, yeah. He was one of those indie wrestlers I saw along with Carmelo Hayes. Yeah, he's scary, but I'm surprised he was the one getting pinned in that match, but I guess it makes sense for what they were trying to do.
Oh, and then they made a big note that Sexy Red is coming next week.
Dude, Sexy Red?
I don't know who that is.
She's on the rise, dude. Oh, there's a lyric by her. I'm not going to find it, but let me see.
I literally have zero idea.
I don't know why she... I don't know. She seems like a fan. She tweeted, "I might RKO someone." So I guess we'll find out.
Like, why is she gonna perform just randomly, or is she just like hanging out?
I think she's got an album coming out. I think today actually, but I think she's promoting it.
Okay.
And then the only other note I had from NXT was, who's next to challenge Roxanne? We're gonna find out next week, and
yes,
I don't know. I don't have an inkling as to who it would be, but they're like hyping it up.
Yeah,
like it's gonna be a whole segment right before the pay-per-view too. So
yeah, what day is the?
Oh, it's June 9th, so it's 2 weeks away.
Oh yeah, it's the day after my birthday. I get wrestling for my birthday.
You're a June boy?
June 8th, brother. I'm a filthy two-faced Gemini or whatever.
Or whatever. Why did I think you were like October?
That's freakish. I don't know.
I wouldn't call it freakish, but I understand.
October birthdays are freaks.
Don't listen to them. Any of our fans who are October babies, do not listen to
Any
him.
October drop kickers.
Any October Dropkick Murphys.
I'm going to start making a list of rules like Vince used to do for commentary. We have to refer to the fans as drop kickers only. Fans is out the door.
A fan is what you use to cool down.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they're drop kickers.
All right. What do we call the hospital?
The
Pokemon Center.
Yeah, the Pokemon Center.
And
it's the Dropkick universe.
Botches don't exist. A botch isn't real. Also, Chris Jericho is the 95 overall wrestler.
Speaking of Jericho.
See what I did?
You see it?
Totally intentional.
Dynamite, baby.
Great program.
Dynamite was darn good, and I fucking hate that we talk about Jericho every single week. Jericho's fucking gold, bro.
It's working. It's working.
It's working. Me. He was standing there, and for like probably 2 minutes, like 2 whole minutes, he's just going, "Hey guys, hey everyone, hey
guys, great to be here."
Yeah, and he gets up and he's like, "Well, since you both won, I guess it's a triple threat now." And I'm so excited because the For the World Championship has never been defended in a triple threat. And, you know, I'm the longest reigning defending For the World champion because he changed the name to it to be that. So he's like 30 days in reigning. I'm the longest one ever.
Oh, my God. Yeah, shit. All right. Well, you know, someone commented on one of our reel of Jericho or on YouTube on our short, and he was like, "Fuck you, like Jericho's the GOAT, Jericho's a legend." And I was like, yeah, he is. I'm not like, this is a good gimmick for him. And I'm not saying he's like not a legend. He's like one of the best to ever do it. That's just like fact.
Yeah.
I just don't know how much longer
he
can take. But I also don't know how much longer I can take. I don't know if Hook's gonna win it back. I feel like Jericho's like on a roll with this gimmick, so he might win.
Yeah, he's probably gonna win, and so even though it's a triple threat, like fucking FTW rules, he's probably gonna win in some like wacky way.
Yeah, and that's usually how it goes.
Yeah, I was also dying because he was sitting on commentary, and he's like, "Hey, what's up, Taz?" And Taz was like, "Yeah." Hey.
Taz is like, "Fuck you, dude."
Yeah, and he goes, "You know, I'm so proud of Hook. He's been learning so much from me." And he's like, Taz goes, "I don't know what he's been learning from you. I'm seeing a lot of suplexes in there." It was so good.
I love one of my favorite things is the commentary in AEW. It's so good.
There's so much like really good back and forth between them all. And when Tony Schiavone gets on a roll, like. Yeah, he's really good. We forgot to talk about last week when Jack Perry just fucking dumped a cup of water on Schiavone's head. Yeah,
that poor guy.
Poor guy.
He dumped the fucking Woo energy on him.
Oh yeah, the Woo energy. And then I saw a clip on Twitter of like a fan camera, and Tony took the towel that he was drying off with and he put it over his head like Taz.
Aww.
And he looked at Taz and he was like laughing. He was like,
"Hey, he's having a good time."
Yeah.
Well, we love to see it.
Yeah, it was really good. So yeah, Jericho, FTW rules. That's gonna be a good match for Shibata, Hook, Jericho. Really excited for that. We actually opened with Will Ospreay and Orange Cassidy in a tag match. And dude,
what a banger.
They did Cassidy did like a flip stunner into Ospreay doing a cutter.
Yeah.
And it was such a cool combo.
They move really well. And it's interesting. I made a note how interesting it was that half the Don Callis family is babyface and then the other half is heel. That being like
Yeah.
Takeshita and Hobbs.
Yeah.
And I guess Kyle Fletcher. I still don't know what's gonna happen with Cassidy, but I feel like we might find out this Sunday.
Yeah, pretty
Or maybe we
soon.
won't. Maybe it's just gonna be one of those things that this is how it is now.
Yeah. The Callis family is like really strange to me because it's like, I don't know, they're kind of a faction, right? But they
Yeah.
all work independently, like very well.
Yeah, they're not really like teaming up.
Yeah, they're just a faction, but
yeah.
they exist there. And the only connecting thing really is Don Callis coming out for commentary.
I know, yeah. He came
He's
out
just like,
twice
this is my
during the
guy.
show.
Yeah.
He came out twice during the show, and Tony's like, or Excalibur was like, I can't believe we like have to have you here 2 times in one show.
And on this this Wednesday, he started commentary, obviously. And when Excalibur was introducing, like, oh, it's Wednesday, you know what that means? He was saying the names, and he goes, and unfortunately, Don Callis.
It's good.
It's really good stuff.
Yeah. I feel like whatever Don Callis manages is gold. And, you know, I don't know if he was always, I think he used to wrestle. I was first introduced to him in Impact, and then when Kenny Omega won the world title in AEW, that's when Callis started showing up more.
Oh, okay.
I think he got like fired from Impact or something like that, and then yeah, and so ever since then he's just kind of been like on like consistently on AEW managing someone. You know, first it was Kenny, and then when he finally turned on Kenny, it was Takeshita, and then it just kind of snowballed from there. So yeah, Don Callis and the Don Callis family getting some good matches at the pay-per-view. I mean, Ospreay and Roddy, there's Orange Cassidy and Trent, there's Takeshita and John Moxley, and unfortunately an eliminator match, but nonetheless that's going to be so good.
Yeah.
Takeshita in any match is just it's chef's kiss.
Yeah, he's really, really, really fun to watch, and they're so like Moxley too. Obviously, like that's just going to be such a good combo for a match. We had Malachi Black versus Kyle O'Reilly. Good match, and then at the end,
Malachi Black got his period.
Yeah, for the first time, it was brutal.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. No, the blood just fucking rained from the ceiling at like such an alarming velocity too. Like
it had to have hit. Jet.
If you were front row, it had to have hit you.
Oh yeah. Like, on commentary too, they were saying it hit them, but there was people in the front row that were like, ah.
Yeah, which was like crazy. If that happened to me, I would taste it because I want to know if it's.
You'd be like, yummy.
But yeah, and then Adam Copeland shows up on the screen and he's like, "Hey, buddy, I'll see you soon." Yeah,
and he's like, "You be careful what you wish for."
He's dressed up in the Brood-esque gear.
Yeah,
and that's a very Brood-esque angle that they're going for. And so I keep saying it. Gangrel's independent, dude. He could show up at the pay-per-view, even if it's just for the pay-per-view.
Yeah, even just to show up and.
I think we're gonna get a Brood entrance. I think we're gonna get Gangrel, and I think, despite all that, I think Malachi's still gonna win.
Yeah, I think Malachi winning is a really good angle for this, because then, like we said last week, we could get Adam Copeland in the House of Black, and. Yeah, it would just be really cool for him because he always enjoys that like supernatural-esque stuff, you know?
Yeah, so we'll see what happens there. Barbed wire steel cage. It's going to be crazy. They can't climb out.
Yeah.
They're trapped and there's barbed wire. And
I got crazy. You for 3 minutes.
What else do we have? The women's tag match?
Yeah.
That was a good match.
That was a very good one.
Not by any fault of the women, but they never usually get the TV time to
they don't get what they deserve. They
substantial match.
Yeah, they really deserve like that time, and they got it this weekend. They put on a banger match.
It was so good.
It was very fun.
Saraya and Harley Cameron were like selling like crazy.
Yeah,
too. Harley Cameron, this is her, I think, second match ever in AEW, and she's just
Shit,
kind of
really?
like, yeah. Like last week when she faced Mariah May, that was the first time
Oh,
she's wrestled. She's been on AEW since like last summer, but this is the first time she's wrestled. So,
oh shit.
um, yeah, it was very crazy. The ending like sequence with Mariah May and Tony Storm hitting their finishers on both of them,
Yeah.
and then like Tony Storm hitting like an additional pile driver. Also, Soraya's brother was with them just randomly.
Yeah, just hanging
Um,
out.
and like he was a wrestler at one point, but like I don't think he's been part of anything since he came out with her at All In.
Yeah.
So they were just like, and here's whatever his name is. I don't even know, Zach something.
Yeah.
Some shenanigans, of course, afterwards with Serena Deeb showed up.
Yeah, so at the end they were holding up Serena Deeb's flag again, and Tony Storm was behind it. She was about to do her thing, and then Serena Deeb comes out from behind him and hits poor Luther with a chair.
Yeah.
Poor guy is just standing there holding the flag. He's like, ooh, and then Serena Deeb just cracks him on the back with the chair. Luther goes down, and then she beats the shit out of Tony Storm and takes her shoe. And then Tony Schiavone screams at the top of his lungs, Watch for the shoe! And she hits her in the face with the heel of the shoe.
Full circle moment. She's not going to win, though.
No, absolutely not.
And that's what makes it so terrible. I know she's not going to win.
Yeah.
And
Tony Storm's going to win because they got to build to Tony and Mariah. They got to build to that.
But hey, if it does happen, burn me at the stake. I'm saying it right here. You can put me on trial.
All right. Well, then I won't have a co-host, and I don't know if I want to do that. So.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh well.
What else for Dynamite?
Yeah, go ahead.
We had Swerve. We had Swerve take on Nick Wayne.
Yes.
And they were flying around. It was a good match. We kind of got two matches low key out of it because afterwards, Christian showed up, and then they had a little scuffle, and Swerve chased him out of the building. Christian gets into his car, or no, he steals a car.
Yeah,
and then gets into the car and starts driving away, and a car just fucking cuts him off, rolls down the window. Prince Nana's back, baby.
Yeah, and he was listening to Swerve's music in the car.
Was he? I didn't even hear that.
Yeah, so he's like, it was like the beginning part. That's like the intro. He was listening to that. So Prince Nana like peeks out and he's like, and then Swerve comes out, pulls Christian out of the car, and goes to concerto him on a car. But Christian rolls out of the way.
Yeah.
It was very
a nice
fun.
little backstage brawl.
Yeah.
And me personally, I don't know what it is, but something about like Matt and Nick Jackson were backstage walking up, and then they turn and Swerve's just kind of like hanging out in Gorilla.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, what's up? I don't know why, but like, I don't know. I'm not like feeling him yet. I need to see him just do more. And like the last few weeks, he's just been getting beat up so much. And like finally this week was like a positive ending to a segment with him. But
and we had the other one when he did his stuff against
Con and Leona.
Yeah. But again, it just kind of happened, and it didn't really have like a huge payoff, I guess.
I think I'm realizing for me what it was is that I feel like they should have done it. They should have pulled the trigger on him sooner. Like really like struck when the iron was hot with like Hangman Page. Even if he won in like that triple threat.
Yeah.
Like obviously too, the story there was like Hangman was just making sure to do everything so that Swerve wouldn't win. But I feel like then was like more of a perfect time than it was, because then it's like, I don't know, it dies down after that. But
yeah.
Like I'm not saying I don't want him to be champion. I want him to be champion and like be successful with it and like have a good run with it.
Yeah. We just need something more. Like
in the like respectfully, when I think of like this match coming up, like if Christian Cage won the world title, holy shit, that would be insane.
Yeah.
Like he would be an insane world champion because he's like still hot right now, and he can like he was gone for like a month and then came back and he's still hot. Like
Yeah.
so getting Swerve to that point is what I really want to see.
I don't know if it's like a lack of character, I guess, because Swerve comes out and his character right now is he's just getting shit on. Like that's the story.
And it also didn't help that Nana wasn't with him half the time.
Yeah, Nana hasn't been there, so his entrances have just felt bleh.
Yeah, he's kind of coming out like whatever.
Yeah, and then he gets the shit kicked out of him. And then whatever, you know. So I wonder if it's just because he's not. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, if Christian won, I would not be mad at all.
I wouldn't be mad, but I also like I want to see them try to like salvage
Swerve
this Swerve situation.
Yeah.
I think he deserves it, and I think again I wish it had happened earlier, but let's find a way to like bring that feeling back. It's like a honeymoon phase almost.
Yeah.
Like everyone was happy that he won and got the moment, and then it's like 3 days later on Dynamite he's having a random match with Kyle Fletcher.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know. We just sit back and watch. It's gonna be a good match regardless.
For sure.
He wrestles great.
And then we had the crazy ending of Dynamite. We had
Satnam Singh. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah,
not anything else.
Satnam Singh.
Yeah, I was there for him.
We had Danielson and Satnam Singh, another just very, very large man.
I didn't realize it was like they were like the Elite are just hiring people to like mess them up before the show.
Yeah, they put like a price on their head.
Yeah, and I thought it was just like a match that just happened, but now I understand.
Yeah. So the match ends in a DQ because people just start jumping Danielson, and fucking Jeff Jarrett comes out with a guitar and some other people, and Danielson takes the guitar and goes to swing it at Satnam Singh, and he punches the guitar, and the guitar just explodes.
Yeah, that was good. I love that.
Yeah, just completely whiffed and just punched it, and it was like, whoa. And then the Elite comes out, and they're fucking just jumping him. And then once the Elite comes out for a few minutes, start beating him up. You see it cuts the screen, and you see a car pull into the parking lot, and Darby Allin steps out of the car with a fucking flamethrower, and then he walks towards the front, and Tony Khan is the driver and fist bumps Darby.
Oh, the Tony Khan return.
Yeah, we got the Tony Khan return.
I thought Darby was holding an AK. Like, I'm not even joking. I was like, is that a fucking assault rifle? Is this we're finally doing this? Yeah,
so and the thing too was Darby, I guess the Elite banned Darby from the arena apparently. So he like wasn't
they were also
allowed.
They were also in like his home state, which is just like that's not happening.
Yeah,
Darby's
right.
Show up. So, it's Darby.
Yeah. So we got the Tony Khan return, no neck brace, drops off Darby. Darby comes in with the flamethrower, and he's standing next to Danielson with a chair, and he's just pointing it up in the air, like. And he tried to blow it out at one point, and it wouldn't go out. So he's standing there with a lit flamethrower. And then they throw. I said Matt Jackson to you, but I don't know if it was Matt or Nick.
It was Nick Jackson.
Nick, so they throw Nick through a table off the ramp. So he got a gnarly like gash on his side.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was insane.
Yeah.
And they were just all kind of just like staring like, oh man.
Yeah, so
it's the end of the show.
They're standing there fighting back, and everyone's just standing around. They're like, ah, and then we started getting yes chants, and it cuts back to Nick, and he's going, no.
I'm so happy. I know it's been happening for a while, probably because it's like this is kind of Danielson's like farewell tour.
Yeah,
but like everyone's doing the yes now. He's even doing the yes. Like before, it was like he didn't do it, and we thought it was kind of like a legal thing with WWE.
Yeah.
But now he's just
Yeah,
fuck
he
it.
was
I
doing
love
that
it,
with the
dude.
chair and his
Yeah,
hand. He was just going, yes, yes. So it was really exciting. Anarchy in the Arena is gonna fuck, dude.
I cannot fucking wait
Yeah.
for this weekend.
What are you excited for more? Double or Nothing, probably.
Nope, nothing. Just because
100%.
it's sadly it's the longer of the two, so it's gonna be like ugh.
Yeah,
But then,
it's gonna. I think
it's
the
like
full match card is out now.
yeah, I want to say it's like 15 matches. But what they usually do is they'll like shove a bunch of matches in the pre-show,
Yeah.
and then you get like 10, 12 matches. It's like a 5-hour, 6-hour show,
So
which is so funny.
when does the
What?
pay-per-view start?
Usually it starts at the pre-show starts at 7 with them usually.
Okay. So we have, oh my God, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Oh my
7,
God.
8, 9, 10 matches on the card, plus whatever pre-show matches they do.
Yeah, I'm gonna say there's at least 2 on the pre-show, so let's say 12.
Yeah.
Which is not like weird for AEW standards by any means.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for it. It's gonna be good. We don't got work tomorrow. It's all good.
Yeah.
Or we don't have work on Monday.
So it'll be a long night, but it'll be a fun night, and I am here
we're
for
gonna be
it.
we're gonna be all wrestled out definitely by but we're gonna be doing some reaction episodes. Yes.
Yes. We could call
following
them like the
pay-per-views.
special. What do we say? The fender benders, or the?
That's for emergencies. The fender benders.
Okay. So what's the reaction? The honk honk episode. The
The U-turn.
the U-turn. No, that's like a correction episode. Like, hey guys, we
Yeah.
fucked up. We're redacting this episode. we're putting out a U-turn.
I don't know. We'll brainstorm it. We'll workshop it. It's fine.
So yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But gamers,
It's gonna be good.
this was a very special episode. We will not always be in this setup. We're gonna go back to the car next week after our reaction episodes. Don't worry. So you're gonna get your scuffed audio. You're gonna get your usual. All right, bye.
Hey, happy wrestling, Dropkick Murphys.
Happy wrestling, drop
Drop kickers.
kicker, the drop kicker universe, baby.